Join us on our revisit to Lopez Lake Recreation Area, a travel small, live big campground favorite. Lopez Lake is located inland from California's Central Coast, a bit northeast of Pismo Beach and Arroyo Grande, a little southeast of the San Luis Obispo area. For us, it's about 130 miles from home, so a relatively easy drive, a plus. We have always selected a primitive site in the Cougar Loop, and this is the view from the door of our trailer. We have wildlife walking right up to us. There are full hookup sites in bandtail, blue jay, eagle, mallard, and quail, but we prefer the atmosphere, the space between the campsites, and the abundance of wildlife that trickle through this area.
Morning, noon, and night, you always seem to lose the fight.
As it has been in the last several years, the lake level is very low. But after California's recent rains, hopefully the level will be much higher next time we visit.
Today is the day when you're going to swim to camp.
This was certainly the greenest we've ever seen this area. And then there are the turkeys, walking right through our friend's campsite. They don't seem to be afraid of people, they don't seem to be afraid of dogs, and they don't seem to know that we come here every Thanksgiving.
But you never were the same since Dublin's night consumed your flame. It stole the matches from your pocket. The Hudson's freezing, but
this section of the campground is bandtail. It has full hookups, but it's just not quite our style. We want a little more space between us and the next RV. One of my favorite areas to explore is up that hill on the right. And on this visit, it was amazingly green. Evidence that this area has actually been getting some decent rains. The primitive campsites shown here are Lobo and Conejo, but have not been open when we visited, as we usually go in the winter. And up here on the hill, deer everywhere. I found a place to sit, far enough away to not disturb them, and just enjoyed watching.
You once had feared the man who held you in his hand. He controlled you in your sleep. But now the end's your friend. You're reaching to extend your white flag to the sky you once had cursed.
And a few of them watched me right back, including this shy guy.
And your frozen eyes are blinking at the cold Atlantic nothingness ahead.
And then, as I started to go back down the hill, I saw this. A couple of young bucks butting heads, something I'd never seen before. Really a highlight of this trip. And then, we got some rain. Pretty much an entire day of it, and a lot of it. All good, that's what trailers are for, and our friends were just happy that they had rented a trailer for this trip instead of being in a tent.
The twisted subway lines, the cheap motels, the dinner bells.
And more visits from the turkeys. And these crazy guys came right into our campsite, looking for leftovers and hoping for handouts.
Picket fence. Somehow all this folderol is starting to make sense. Oh. The splintered rope, the microscope, I thought I had it all figured out. The magazine.
They came right up to us, right up to our picnic table, and amazingly enough, our dog. She just sat there calmly, kind of watched them, didn't go after them.
Until it somehow all made sense. This apple tree.
It was really cool to see this wildlife so close to us and to be so abundant. And with our friends following, it was time to head home.
I'm telling everyone I meet. But no matter what I try to say, I'm only whispering.
So with all of this, you can see why Lopez Lake Recreation Area is a travel small, live big campground favorite. If you're enjoying our revisits to our campground favorites, give us a thumbs up, subscribe, and comment below some of your campground favorites.